Let's look at do's and don't do's. Number one, etiquette of online. The etiquette plus net, together it is nowadays it is called netiquette. The first thing is that you should respect others, your classmates and the teachers. So NCERT has given the guidelines. So you should stop cyberbullying. What do you mean by the cyberbullying is that one, posting anything about any person is called as what you call cyberbullying. So here are the few examples they have quoted here. So if any remarks are made about a particular person using the content which is available in the online will lead to cyberbullying. So you have to be very careful and you should respect teacher and students while you are when you are learning on online system. Second, you have to log in into the Google into the online classes in time, because there will be some settings are to be carried out. It consumes time, so it is always better to log in time. It will help the organizers in conducting the classes in a effective manner. Whenever you join any meeting, mute your mic and the videos. Dress properly, because most of the online classes are taking place during this COVID-19. So you have to dress it properly because you can get into the teaching mode. Be attentive in classroom and be participative. Student, there are many distractions are there for you, like video games are there, some other what you call entertainment programs are there. So kindly don't get disturbed with these things. Be attentive and participative in the classroom. In online teaching, there is a connection is there between teacher and student directly. So definitely you can take the advantage of that one. In regular classroom, you may feel shy to ask the question in front of 30-40 students, but here you can be attentive and you can ask the doubts to the teacher. So for that you have to be very attentive and participative. Focus it on the content. So rather than looking at the different aspects of the online teaching, you should focus it on the content. This can be possible when you sit in a proper place. Select a proper place for attending the online classes. Otherwise, you cannot focus it on the content. Be patient. There will be issues with the internet connectivity. There will be issues with the what you call content movement, because it's electronic media. So hence you have to maintain a patience. If online teaching goes off for 5 minutes, 10 minutes off, don't be impatient, be patient. The organizers will reset the things. From again you can pick up it from there. Whenever you ask question, whenever you say something, don't forget to introduce yourself. And keep a notebook and pen with you. So whatever happening in the online classes, wherever you feel it is important one, take a note of that one. So later it will help you to ask the questions. Without this jotting down, the online classes are incomplete. Think before you type. Whenever you ask any question to the teacher or when you interact with the students in online, think before it, so that the language which is being used by you, it should not be a slang language. The reason is that one, dear students, you have habit of replying in WhatsApp and Facebooks. Kindly don't use that short form messages in online teaching. So be clear, think before typing. Type it properly so that the whatever the question is there or whatever the idea is there in your mind, it can be reflected in a very proper way. So don't respond it quickly. Take some time, jot down the things. When you get an opportunity, then only you respond. So don't distract from lessons which I already taught. So no more gaming. So only use the internet connectivity for education purpose, because if you use all the internet facility for gaming, which consumes more, whereas online teaching and learning process, it consumes very minimum data. And kindly switch off your video mode so that the minimum data can be utilized for the classes. These are the don't do's. Don't blame the technology for anything delay in answering the question or anything happening while online classes. So don't blame the technology. Try to find out remedies for that. If internet connectivity is not good, then kindly check the speed of the internet connectivity. Almost all mobiles are nowadays built up with that one. If it is not there, so use the speed net. This app will tell you that what is the internet speed is there. Kindly note down that one and monitor it. So it will help you to deal the things in a proper way. Don't blame the parents, because always you may demand for a higher version of mobiles. So any mobile or any laptop with minimum facility, very much we can learn it on online. So don't use the internet unnecessarily. So already I have touched upon this one. So look at the data which is available time to time and keep the data for the education activities. Some technical issues always we face it in online and teaching process. So these issues are internet connectivity. So you have to find out a place so where you get the very good internet. So in your room or in your house, check which spot is the best one where you will get the internet connectivity with less amount of what you call time. So device to device, the compatibility will change. To find out the which device is very much compatible with the online teaching learning process, it depends upon the platform which is being used for the delivery of the content. There may be a software problem. Time to time you have to clean up your mobiles. There should not be any junk. There should not be overflow of the data. So this will also leads to the malpractice of the softwares. So kindly keep a watch on that one. Digital divide is the word which is used to say that one. There is a discrimination is there among all the teachers or all the students, all areas where this internet connectivity is not proper. There are certain examples are there in the history. If you take the case of Lal Bahadur Shastri or Ambedkar, they were not having the facility. In spite of that, they have what you call attend their classes by swimming for what you call a river for 10-15 minutes. In case of Lal Bahadur Shastri, Ambedkar has used the street light for his education purposes. Difficulties are there. We have to find out the solutions or alternatives for that one. Be brave and try to find out innovative ways to get the solution for all these problems. Now I am going to give you some tips for better learning. Kindly put your proper name in email ID, because this email ID will be circulated everywhere. Put your full name ID. Don't use fancy IDs or crazy names for the email ID. So that will be misleading to the what you call organizers, or it may be misleading to the other educational purposes. Put a proper profile photo. So whatever is required for the prerequisites, so kindly try to gain them either by visiting to YouTube or visiting textbooks or visiting the website or by visiting the blogs. So you prepare yourself. If any particular topic requires some topics which you have already learned but you have forgotten, so kindly study them and attend the online classes. So English language very important one. So I request Burli sir to make an arrangement for English language, because English language is essential. Most of the time we get the idea but we fail to put it into the papers. The education system is totally dependent on how you represent your ideas on the paper. Hence English language is must. Kindly keep on reading the English content. Kindly listen to the English news. So where you will come to know about many new words. So visit the dictionaries which are available in online. Try to increase your vocabulary. Kindly read different books. Don't restrict yourself to the reading to the textbooks, because it doesn't increase your personality. To get the what you call overall development, it is utmost necessary to read different books on different subjects. Kindly make use of these cloud storages, because sometimes you may be using your father's mobile, brother's mobile or mother's mobile. So whatever the content you feel it is suitable for you, kindly upload it in Google Drive. This Google Drive will be available in all mobiles, and normally this Google Drive is associated with your email ID. Every email ID will get 15 GB free storage. So kindly upload all the material into this Google Drive. It is very simple technique, like sharing the things on WhatsApp. In the same way, you click it on the share one, you will get lot of options there. So there will be a Google Drive will be there. Just click on it, the content will go to the Google Drive. Similarly, Dropbox is one more facility which is also available in mobile and in laptops. So you can upload the content to these Google clouds. The biggest advantage of uploading is you can access that particular, suppose say that one, you have uploaded chapter 1 of the physics in your brother's mobile. So a doubt has come for you, or you wanted to read that chapter. Your brother's mobile is not available, your mother's mobile is there. If you have uploaded that particular chapter to your Google Drive, you can access it from your mother's mobile also, you can read it. Kindly make different folders in Google Drive like physics, chemistry, mathematics, English language, and upload the different materials which you get it from your teachers, which you get it from online, which you get it from the YouTube. YouTube links also you can you can store them, or you can download the YouTubes, and you can even upload it on the Google Drives. So kindly make use of this cloud storage system, which is very much helpful. And in your mobile, kindly download the softwares which will help you to read the PDFs, which will help you to work on Google Docs, which is a paperless technique. So you can open up a Google document, you can work it there. Again I will say that one, you are working it on your brother's mobile, you can do it, you are done half, then you can stop it there. Once again when you get it time, you can go back to that particular document either through the same device or through the device. Again you can complete that work and you can submit it to your teacher, because everything is stored in cloud. This is the one more advantage of what you call using Google Documents, Slides or Forms. Keep on writing notes. There are several what you call facilities are available in mobiles. Google Notes is there, Note One is there. So where you can note down the things that are very important for you, like your email ID, password, the websites which you have already visited, address of the YouTube, address of the PDF. Like this you can prepare all these notes, and again I request you to upload this particular file to the cloud so that you can access it anytime from any device. So these are the few tips from my side. Finally, so without your involvement you cannot succeed, with your involvement you cannot fail. So unless and until you involve yourself into the online learning and process, you are not going to learn anything. Remember, online learning is not a new concept. So let's get involved into this online learning and teaching process in order to secure our future. Stay home, stay fit. Thank you for viewing my video. I would like to express my thanks to Dr. Murali Prahlad of RJPU College for giving me an opportunity to speak on online teaching and learning techniques. I wish a bright future to all students, those who are joining this bridge course. Thank you once again.